Well, thanks very much, guys. I'll strap yourselves in and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about skateboards and websites. No, I don't skateboard. I'm not a skateboard fan, but you'll see why we use them and why our sites use them as well. It's more of a metaphor, but you'll see. So the way that we work as a business, our approach, we like to see what people's problems are digitally. You may be a business that's had a website a while and you're looking to add a new side to the company. It may be a case of you're looking to rebrand. And the idea behind that is we like to fully collaboratively work with businesses. We don't just build a site and say, thanks very much, we'll see you later. Obviously, Sean's mentioned that in the chat today. And I think at the end of the day, after working in digital transformation for probably 15 years, I've seen the good, bad, and the very bad in web world, and we try to do everything that isn't any of those. So we try and work with them collaboratively, look at your problems, and see what we can do. Now, Dan's background is agile, and if you don't know what that is just basically looking at processes to streamline a business, which means that it's agile enough if the marketplace changes. So between my business development and digital transformation and Dan's agile background, we have created this business, which at SME level, you don't get anywhere else. I don't think there's any other company in the UK that work like this. I don't think there is. Because of the value we add at the level of expenditure. So there are teams in agencies where they will pay a lot of money to have people who do what we do. But we do it as part of our website development and our planning and our client journeys and things like that. So what we do is it's what can we do to deliver value and learn something as soon as possible. So we get the problem, try and find out the learning as quick as possible and deliver something very fast, so that the customer has something that's better than what they've got, but then we get feedback to then continuously develop that moving forward. And what is our MVP? So an MVP stands for minimum viable product, which means an improvement on what you've got live at the moment if you have an existing site. So something that is 1% better than what you've got already that we can set live to then get feedback on to then redevelop in phase 2. That's minimum viable product. So why do we need a skateboard? If the brief was, can you get to work? The brief is I would like to get to work from A to B. Okay, so typical, what we call waterfall project would say, right, there's the spec, go build it, and we'll see you in 6 months. In this case, they offer to build someone a car. So that could take, in this case, it looks like it's up to 6 months. And there's 4 stages of building a car. What we say is, well, we'll give you a skateboard. So actually, you can get to work. The brief is met straight away. The brief was, can you get me from home to work? So we give you the skateboard. Now, don't get me wrong. It takes a long time. It might rain. You might get wet. You might fall off. You probably will fall off. You might break something. Sorry about that. But the point is, you will get from A to B. The feedback is, well, I fell off. Right. So we'll give you some handlebars. Okay. So we've already given you 2 stages of development and feedback quickly before a main project would be built. So then you go, right, okay, I don't feel so stable on that, so I'll try a bike. And then it's not quick enough, so then I'll go to a motorbike. So it's like, okay, so we'll give you a motorbike. You then say to us, the brief is met. So this is why Agile works really well. This view of it works really well because the brief has been met at stage 4 in this case. And that person might say, do you know what, I really like this motorbike. I think that'll do. So I've saved the budget for the remaining part of the project. They didn't need to spend it because the brief was met to their happiness. But actually, they could also say, well, do you know what? We've got a motorbike. So actually, I like the wind in my hair, but I don't like the motorbike. So the end result is a convertible car. Now, we have learned we've had a valuable piece of learning there that someone likes the wind in their hair. And we've created a convertible car for them to drive from home to work, which is 100% succinct to that person's brief. And then the car's being built with a 10% inadequacy because they haven't even discovered the learning of the person who likes the wind in their hair. So I hope that explains how easy it is for us to just build something to get some feedback and then we develop it and develop it and develop it rather than building a whole project because business changes. So an example of having something built and then like testing something. If we can test something quickly and cheaply, it's better for you guys instead of building loads of stuff and then waiting for it. So an example of this, we've got a valeting company that work with us, and they've just got an electric van. Now they were like, oh my goodness, we're going to have to change all our pages. We've got an electric van and this, that, and the other. It's like, no, just hang fire. He was like, oh, well, we're going to need to change it. It's only got a 30-mile charge. It's only got a 30-mile radius. Da, 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 da. We were like, okay. So why don't we just put a drop down on the order that says, we're going green, as you can see there. We got caught short sometimes. We might need a helping hand. Would you mind if we plug our electric van in while we valet your car? And instead of us changing all of the site to cater for this electric van, we just did that with the drop down. And 7 out of 10 people have clicked happy to help. And it's just been resolved that way, rather than thinking, right, we're going to have to put a green van appointment in. And it just shows you that actually sometimes good enough is good enough. That's all you needed. You just needed feedback, that one person to tick, yeah, that's great. But other companies will have gone, yeah, we need to change all your appointments. We need to make sure that the green van's included in all of everything, and they've got an option to check out and this, that, and the other, and it just becomes costly. So pens and papers at the ready, guys. I want you to draw 2 columns. You see the white lines on the screen, to draw 2 columns vertically. The first test, okay, so as you can see, it goes, you've got 3 columns, A to J. Don't write anything yet, please. Don't write. I'll tell you when to start. A to J on the left column, 1 to 10 in the middle, and then I to X on the right for Roman numerals. The first test, though, is to write along. So it's to go A, 1 I, B, 2, 2 I's, C, 3, 3 I's. So you're writing along. Don't write anything yet, please. It's going to take 20 seconds. I can see you, Marie. I'm watching you. I can see you. It's paramount you don't start. Okay, so do you get the gist? You go from A to 1 to I, B to 2 to 2 I's, 3 to C to 3, 3 I's. Right, 20 seconds, go. Feel like countdown. Yep, 12 seconds, 15. Let's see how far you get, guys. Stop. 20 seconds, and the expletive from Peter. He's obviously done something wrong. Okay, so I presume you may have got down to like E5 and V, maybe somewhere around there. Now, this time I want you to go vertically. So I want you to go A to J, 1 to 10, I to X. Okay, so you're writing vertically for the 20 seconds. Does that make sense? Everyone happy with that? Yep, cool. Ready, steady, go. I'm expecting Sarah to do well at this one because she's a publisher. So I'm thinking she's good with the old letters. I think she might have even finished. And that's 20 seconds. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you. Right, okay. This is an efficiency test to talk about context switching, which basically means if you focus on more than one thing at any one time, your productivity drops. So we're a massive believer in this. So the way that we work is that we will only build one project at a time, because if we start building 2 or 3 projects in one go, we're context switching between companies and between projects and becoming efficient. So if you add up all your icons that you wrote down, so all of the characters, there will be about a 30% difference to 40% difference of what you've written on the vertical column, which will blatantly be more because you've concentrated on A to J, 1 to 10, and I to X. That should be way more than across from A, 1 I, B, 2 I's, because you're trying to think of what's next in the columns. Whereas when you know what's next, you're obviously writing quicker. I saw Rachel shake her head there, which would surprise me that if she's done more the other way, she's a different person to everybody else. But yeah, basically the idea is that you should just focus on one task. And as you've seen on our wall, we've got post-it notes which show us like what's to do, what's in progress, and what's done or being done. And we're massively more efficient as a business because of that. And it's just a little game that at the end, but it does work very well. It does show you that if you start context switching. So if you focused on something for a good few hours, say you've been doing some work and the phone rings and you answer the phone, you have a 20-minute conversation, it takes the brain on average between 15 and 18 minutes to get it back into the zone that it was in when you first picked up that phone. So if you're doing that 3 or 4 times a day, you're losing an hour in productivity just by switching between tasks. So set yourself a task list. Move it into work in progress. Only have 1 or 2 in progress at any one time. Once they've done, tick them off, put them in the done column, put on there how long it took so you know for next time, and just keep an eye on your task management. And you'll find that your efficiency levels go through the roof because you're focusing on one thing at once. And if you've been waiting to do something for a long time, is that my time up? Last finish then. If you're waiting to do something for a long time, finish it and do something called eat the frog. That's what we call it, eat the frog. Get what it is that you've been waiting to do and just get it done and get it gone because it'll be taking up too much mind space. Thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed it.